with all the stories that make the news.
The headlines,
The caption, the breaking news.
details of the story.
Let's talk about these and more on 99.3.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
On your number one talk station.
You get a daily dose of news trends.
Crisis averted in aviation sector after aggrieved unions suspend strike.
Intense conversation.
She's among the ICPC board members. What has she experienced in life? 20 years old, a doctor girl. She said because she has level.
Sports and news to keep you updated all day and every day.
Join the conversation on your number one talk station.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Round the clock, we'll bring the news,
Sports,
events,
talk, and even more talk.
My word is
Crisis averted in aviation sector after
the conversation, your views and suggestions.
We talk on Nigeria Info.
It's all talk
and more talk.
on Nigerians' number one talk station.
This country needs a marshal, needs a sheriff.
In some particular societies, especially in my tradition, a woman is not allowed to inherit land.
Issues that get your attention.
This thing has been a carryover for the time of Jonathan. Yeah. And they continue this billions.
Your views against all odds.
My word is that why those households, why are they not following up their job? Like
The intense conversation.
It has to be given to her now.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here, and I'm hearing from Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big with cash prizes up to 5 million naira daily and up to 10 million naira every Saturday with lots of other cash prizes. Anyone can be the next winner. I have never seen a promo that all you have to do is recharge as low as 100 naira. Just recharge and win. To join, just dial star 900 hash on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win at yellow o'clock. My number don't win. My number don't win.
With the MTN Mega Billion promo, your phone number can make a difference. So recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
We are back on the Discourse with Jimi Disu. The Discourse with Jimi Disu
The Discourse with Jimi Disu
continues in a moment.
Right, welcome back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you by MTN. And we were supposed to have Atumble a while, but we don't know. I haven't gotten a call from him. I hope he's okay. We don't know why he's not here. But we are looking at the papers, and I'm trying to tell you some of the interesting stories. Two stories are here that have to do with what would have been today's subject, and that is the funeral of the Awujale. And the chief imam says that the Awujale opted for Muslim burial to avoid ritual killings. I think what should be is that it's not an issue of what an Oba wants, but what should be. Once you become an Oba, indeed, when you take up public office like that, you are supposed to lose your identity because you had a choice, And so the excuse by the chief imam doesn't seem to hold water with me here. It doesn't seem to hold water. Because what I am told, what do I know? I'm a small boy just rolling by tire down the road. What I'm told is that things like this too have consequences. In fact, there was an Ifa devotee. This morning somebody sent me a tape where the Ifa devotee, the traditionalists are very, very angry. And it appears they say they will not lift a finger if the consequences do show up. I hope not. And the chief priest says that's another story. The chief priest says that it's painful that the Awujale dined with traditionalists but chose a Muslim burial. And I remember, I don't know whether it was in the Awujale's book something where it was quoted to have implied that when General Dia was arrested by President or whatever it is, Abacha, way back then, that Awujale on his behalf consulted traditionalists. And could it be that because that came out of that action? In fact, at the time he was arrested, we all thought that we were bidding him goodbye. But then Abacha died and so on and so forth. We never know these things. Allusions were made. But what I do find, though, regardless of this, is that quite a lot of us propagate the religions we claim for social reasons. But when push comes to shove, to put it in my language, what titi labor, when they say titi labor is that you go back. Even I hear those who want to get appointments, maybe he wants to become the next imam or he wants to become the pastor. We do hear pastors of burying cow in the church and all these kind of things. But I also think that we shouldn't demonize our own things. Yes, we can tweak. Oh, you don't know? I will tell you, there was a time the British king was so powerful, and I remember the phrase, off with his head, where he could, if he had a bad day and there was a case before him, he would just say, off with his head, and they take the fellow to the guillotine. But these traditions are still there, and which we saw when the queen was buried. So let's throw the baby away with the bathwater. And we should get our minds out of those who say, since we are civilized. Human beings have always been civilized. Don't let anybody use that word on you. We were civilized, we were blind. It's when the Oyinbo, which kind of Oyinbo came? We had our practices. We're Africans. Go and read your history. We're Africans. We had some of the things, we've lost them too. In the past, our people used to do astral traveling. They had so much past, but because of all these things, we just threw the baby away with the bathwater, and now we are completely powerless. That's why it appears as if Africa and its environs, because of all these influences, and Oiboma will write in a history book, Mungo Park discovered River Niger. And like Fela will say, when Mungo Park is people that have showed him the way, that are you thirsty? There's something there. You two now read in your history books, Mungo Park discovered River Niger, which had always been there. Second base there. Let's go to something else. This is one story this story is very, very hot. It's very, very hot. It says here, front page leads story, front page of the Punch. Inside 3,500 pounds per day elite London clinic where Buhari died. Let me rephrase that in case you haven't gotten it. It is being implied here that the hospital in which Buhari died, first payment minus treatment or whatever, is 3,500 pounds per day. 3,000 where he died. And it is the hospital boasts modern equipment. They have 900 doctors. They treat over 120,000 patients yearly. And of course, the various bodies, MNMA, MDCAN, NALD, condemn leaders' lavish medical tourism. The question is, who picked up that bill? Who picked up this bill of 3,500 per day minus that is minus the cost of treatment and other things. And remember that at the time President Buhari was there, General Abdul Salami Abubakar was also there, was in the same hospital, who is picking up this humongous bill. That's all. That's the only question we are asking, who is picking up the bill. They say this hospital has been described as with advanced facilities and high-profile clientele. According to a doctor who works there, UK-based Nigerian doctor, consultation alone is between 100 and 750, depending on how complex the case is. Yes, and a CT scan at the hospital costs around £500. While major surgeries, range from £10,000 to £13,000. Unfortunately, it doesn't guarantee that the inevitable will not happen. You understand? It doesn't guarantee. In terms of accommodation, the pricing structure is also tiered. A standard room goes for £1,000 to £1,800 per night. Luxury VIP room is between £1,800 to £2,500 per night, while the ICU, intensive care unit, costs about £3,000 to £3,500. The clinic is known for its advanced equipment, specialist services, and highly qualified professionals. It's a facility designed for complex and high-risk cases. Money good though, money sweet. But I won't join those who say money now what. I hate that phrase. I hate it. That phrase. Okay, I don't use the word hate. I dislike it. It represents some kind of frivolity. But that's a story for another day. Another story here catches my attention. 150 billion presidential jet returns from South Africa went for refurbishing. Okay, and then back to the Abudale, Ogun traditionalists accuse government of undermining tradition because the traditionalists were turned back by soldiers. By soldiers. Okay, do we have any? Oh, we have so many calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
I'm pacifying.
Yes.
I will touch on Okpebela's statement. I can say what I don't know. I don't know whether this language is good. I can say it is psychophancy. He's trying to please his master. And secondly, goes further to show the kind of education gives somebody confidence. It makes you somebody bold, and it makes you do something that is right. I don't know where he got his own education. That is one. Secondly, tradition. Sir, we talk of Nigeria. Sometimes we talk of development and new innovations. If I am a Christian, if you go to the Bible, we have Old Testament and New Testament. In the Old Testament, we have some of those things that are deceitful. People do, which Christ came to correct. And Christ came and corrected it. That's what we are doing today, New Testament. But sometimes we go and borrow some of those things in the Old Testament. Those Old Testament, most of the things they do, they are against human life. Like tit for tat. You don't do it again. Like killing human beings to eat. You don't do it again. Like other things that Christ came to remove, like human sacrifice and even other blood sacrifice. We don't do it again as Christians. And that is it does not mean that tradition is bad. But those things that really are against human living, that are making people inhuman, they are to be avoided. Like in Igbo land, there are people they stigmatize. That is an old thing. But yet the people call it tradition.
Thank you, sir.
So
thank you, sir. Your moment is up. My simple reaction is nobody has said you can't tweak traditional practices. There's nothing in life you can't tweak. Okay, but you don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. In Yoruba land, and Oba dies and is not buried in a certain manner, and the traditionalists who actually are the custodians of this Obaship are driven away by soldiers. So we are not saying that it can. Of course, it can be tweaked, and of course, it will be tweaked. It will be tweaked. Of course, nobody is asking, for example, they don't think there's anybody, any traditionalist for that matter, who would say in 2025 you go and slaughter the king's major servant to help him along the way and so on and so forth. No. But you don't. It's the hypocrisy that even bothers me. That's hypocrisy that makes a strong religious person, for example, who has grown up to the level of a senior pastor, now suddenly say that he wants to become an Oba, when he knows within himself that that is more or less a traditional position. And they fight for it. They spend money. Look at what we had in traditional circles. Obas don't kneel down for another person. It is a sacrilege. An Oba in Yoruba land knelt down in public for a pastor. And as an African, you should find that completely. Forget about all the appellations we give ourselves in all these things. Tradition is tradition. Forget about all the appellations some people call themselves man of God. Who isn't a man of God or a child of God? Don't get sucked in by I'm a Christian, no? And that's the way God wanted it to be. But I think that respect should be given at every chance, and tolerance. It looked as if it was some kind of conquer. You have an Oba foot in public, kneeling down for a pastor. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You can put up all the argument that you like. It is not done. Oba doesn't kneel down for everybody. As long as you say you are an Oba, and I'm told that there are consequences. I'm told that there are consequences. And I hope I hope the gods will forgive some of us for some of these things that we do. Anyway, Ojare, APC kicks as ADC accuses Tinubu of politicizing Buhari's death. I think that accusation is unfounded. I think the president did what was expected of him. The fact that he's from the same party with Buhari, I don't think what he could have done less if it was a PDP president that died. And I think that we shouldn't be playing politics with everything. I would not accuse Tinubu of politicizing Buhari's death. He did exactly what is expected of him, and he put up the best of behavior expected of him in the circumstance. And don't forget, we had maybe a little over 24 hours to put what we could to put together what we saw as Buhari's funeral. I mean, he didn't go there wearing an APC attire. He didn't mention APC per se. And I think I disagree with the ADC on this one. It's not everything that you criticize or everything. The president did well, and he should be given kudos for how he conducted himself during Buhari's funeral. However, I said earlier this week that maybe we need to look at another way, especially when it comes to Muslims, where the burial has to be, very, very swift. Indeed, if Buhari had died in Daura, it probably would have been the same day. So, and I said, if you can go listen to what I said on Tuesday or Wednesday. So that is my reaction to that story. It's it's almost time up. Can I get one or two more calls? Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Uncle Jimmy. You have Yusuf on the line, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Yes, you just read the figures, the cost of the late president, the bills he spent on his medical. Sir, if I were to be the accountant that is preparing that prepared the bill for that hospital, I wonder what will be going through his mind. Like, I will just be shaking my head, like, look at the cost. So sometimes when even these Oyibo people are looking at us with some kind of bombastic side eye, sometimes I can understand. Because I can't imagine a Donald Trump spending that huge amount of U.S. citizens' money, or quote and unquote, in Nigeria for medical tourism. I don't think that is proper. And that money converting to naira, we know what it can even do.
Okay,
in our
okay, sir. Your 1 minute is up. My quick reaction to that is that please note that the story did not say this is how much Buhari spent. What the story said is that to go to this hospital, the hospital is 3,500 pounds per day. Now, we don't know whether the federal government picked up Buhari's bills. We don't know whether any other group of persons contributed to paying his bills. So that is another story entirely. Because for those of us who are in this business, you go according to what is there. We don't know whether his family picked up the bill. We don't know whether the hospital, to honor him, said, look, bring him from where he is. We will treat him free of charge. We don't know. But the story tells you that if you want to go to that hospital, some of you might say, I want to die where I want to be treated where Buhari was for whatever reasons. That is how much it's going to cost. So we will choose our language carefully. And we will certify all these things before we start our criticism. I know you're probably laughing at me, but that's the way these things go. I can take one more caller, but it's just occurred to me now that Ikubabayeye, the Alaafin of Oyo, is 50 today. It's 50 today, and we wish him all the best. And Esther Wachuku says Esther Wachuku is, I think he's an actor, an actress, you know. Oh, they say they don't call them actresses again, so she's an actor. I don't know. Actor sounds big, but I didn't but well, she's a female actor. And she says, I regret dating a married man. I wish maybe on Dear Bome I will go into that this Wednesday, and we'll be asking people if they would date a married man or not, and what are the benefits or otherwise. We would like a contribution from Adeshewa and Mrs. Obole on this. Can we take a last caller for today? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning, quickly, you're my last caller.
Yeah. What I want to say is that those people there was a caller who called and said that a tradition was ordained by God. There is no any tradition that is really ordained by God. They are all of men doing and of the will of the holy angel. So they should not count God among it. God is not part of any secret tradition. And two, so the Buhari. Hello. Hello?
Your time is up. I have to close the show. Your time is up. Thank you very much. I have to go. So people don't understand that there are very few religions that do not recognize the existence of God. Only that, of course, it will have different names. Elidumare and so on and so forth. Again, these are the things that have whitewashed our brains. But that's the story for another day. I got to go. Wonderful. Thank you for being such a wonderful babe, if I may use the word. And I hope to be back again on Tuesday, first at 7:30 with my good buddy, my main man, Sheriff. And at 9 o'clock, we'll still be going back.
So I'm not your good buddy.
I know you're a babe now. If I say you're my good buddy now, they will say Jimi Disu don't come again. No, he want to toast wonderful. This, that. And I don't want any wahala.
No problem.
There is somebody, one or two persons that are listening out. You called wonderful a babe. Go and meet her now. I don't want any wahala. I want to drink my ogi and my akara. Okay, I leave you in Wonderful's hands, and I'll see you again on Tuesday. Bye.
Coming up next is Travel and Culture with Emmanuel Omukai. Don't go nowhere.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.